How daunting is it to take the reins on a film like this, knowing, a series like this, knowing what a special place these original films and Sam Raimi's direction of them hold in the
Yeah.
heart of so many horror fans?
Yeah, of course, to me, it was more exciting than daunting. I think making any movie is a daunting prospect, full stop. So my biggest fear of all in being afforded the opportunity was not finding a way in that appealed to me, but then also appealed to the producers who are obviously, the stewards of that world and, want to be protective of what they've created in the past. But thankfully, the story I wanted to tell was a story they wanted to hear. People go to an unusual place and they step inside the door of an unfamiliar place. The difference with Evil Dead Rise is I brought that horror into the home. And that's the key difference to me. In Evil Dead 2, Fede's movie, people are going somewhere it's unfamiliar. They don't recognize the objects and things around them or the world that they're in. Whereas in this case, you're in what's supposed to be your safe space when that evil actually comes knocking on your door and takes over your life.
I'm always curious what kind of notes you get from the studio when directing like an insanely gory movie like this.
Like the script definitely stopped some other studios in their tracks, and made them question if it was something that they could take on. But in the case of New Line, once they were on board with the idea that this would be about family and that it would also that the evil would target kids, young people. Once you kind of crossed that line with the story, you kind of had to be all in at that stage. So I was never, neither by producer or studio, was I ever actually asked to tone anything down.
You guys used a lot of blood. I think you kept track. Do you remember exactly how much?
Yeah, it was a lot of blood, and it was all real sticky, proper, you know, created stage blood. There was no cheating. We never used red water food coloring. We didn't ever find shortcuts. And blood ain't cheap, man. Like blood is expensive. And getting all of that blood on screen and kind of, I think by the end of the film, we were probably starting to even recycle. So 6,500 liters was what we had. But because of some of the big events, we were able to actually drain that blood away and then reuse it.
What can you say about Alyssa Sutherland's performance in this movie? Because man, is Ellie, she committed.
She's a lot sweeter in real life. I can say that much. She really did commit, and she kind of had me at hello with her casting tape. Even when she's not on screen, the danger of her existence just permeates through the film, which is great. So yeah, she did a really incredible job.
Movie's been out a few months now. What would have been your favorite reactions to it so far?
What I didn't expect, and there's one right behind me, I didn't expect a cheese grater to become such a big thing. And I also didn't expect the opening title to become such a big thing for people as well. Like it was an idea I had, I knew how to execute it. It was on the page from the beginning. So it's great to put stuff out there into the world of horror, into the world of movies, and for that to have a cultural impact. I think that's every filmmaker's dream.